a day doesn't go by that we don't get some new development or update regarding this program. The two sides that are really duking it out are, for the most part, on the one side, there's pharmacy benefit managers, PBMs is what we call it, the insurers, and the drug manufacturers. And then on the other side are the healthcare providers that are utilizing the program. And so you ask, well, what is the crux of the issue? Like everything, it's about the money. This program was implemented back in the early 90s, and it has now ballooned up to, in 2023, there was $66 billion worth of outpatient drugs purchased under this program. So it's about the money. What I also laugh about is that both parties basically have the same argument against each other. They point their fingers at each other and they say, you, the other side, are abusing this program and you're siphoning money out of the program in ways that were not intended, and the money is not going to where it needs to go or to who it needs to benefit. There is legislative bills being passed around, there's regulatory scrutiny, and there is litigation. All three of the above are going on simultaneously with this program. And what gave me pause recently, and I want to step back, is that just in April, the Senate on the federal level, the HELP Committee, it stands for Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, the HELP Committee, which is chaired by a MD physician, by the way, did a report. They did an investigation which led to a report on the 340B program. And one of the quotes by Dr. Cassidy when he released the report just kind of summarizes this whole, and Dr. Cassidy stated, "This investigation underscores that there are transparency and oversight concerns that prevent 340B discounts from translating to better access or lower cost for patients." So both sides, in my opinion, need to really evaluate, because the hospitals risk losing the program, which has a negative financial consequence to them. The manufacturers on the other side risk having another program implemented that they like even less, because what is agreed on by almost everybody is that drug prices are too high. The hot button issues that are being fought about right now are the use of contract pharmacies by the hospitals to dispense the drugs, the definition of a patient who can purchase the drugs, and it keeps expanding. The manufacturers are trying to control the program, the growth of it, by putting in a rebate model, which the providers don't like. Then there are payment rate issues that are coming up, as well as transparency mandates. What has gone on, just to give a sample of how volatile this program is. On April 15th, President Trump issued an executive order that included references and mandates or suggestions for the 340B program. April 25th, Senator Cassidy released the report that we already mentioned. And then simultaneously with all this, as we're going through this, states have been implementing legislation. And those laws address three primary issues. One is prohibiting the manufacturers from restricting the use of the contract pharmacies. Another bunch of laws deals with mandatory transparency requirements. And the third prevents discriminatory claims payment or pricing or payment practices. I wanted to focus and make our hospital clients and other providers alert to this issue. Again, so you don't jeopardize the whole program. It's one of those, a few bad apples is going to spoil the whole bunch sort of situations. And the Wall Street Journal actually did an article about this in March. It's getting a lot of attention, and it's being referred to as the Middleman Madness, which is not necessarily new to this program, but it's just getting more scrutiny now. And the issue is just, it's always been that too many for-profit entities are between the manufacturer and the healthcare provider, and they're making money off of it. Again, siphoning off money that was intended to go to disproportionate share rural hospitals that need the money to expand and provide services, and the patients themselves. And so one of those is a new kind of arrangement that's being floated out there by consulting groups and things like that, is to get companies to sign up as many of their employees as patients of a 340B entity. And then they direct those employees / patients to purchase drugs at the covered entities 340B pharmacies to take advantage of the discounts, which lowers the health plan cost for employers. And this law was not intended to benefit employers. And we here at McAfee, we've had this question come up in the context of the 340B, but also outside of the 340B program. Similar arrangements are coming up with health plans that are using drug manufacturer coupons or copay assistance programs in that same manner. They're using it to lower their health plan cost rather than to benefit the individual patients and their employees. And hospitals are unique because they're not only providers, they're not only covered, 340B entities, but they're employers too. And so they are utilizing this arrangement as an employer to lower their health plan cost in some situations as well. So we just want, when these contracts and proposals come through, we want clients to, kind of view them with a jaded eye, ask, is this the intent of the program? Is this going to cause a more significant problem down the road for a short-term gain? Because the arrangements are attractive because it increases the hospital's patient base, the amount of patients, and the hospitals get a dispensing fee. So there is a short-term allure to these arrangements, but we just caution that they might have a long-term negative consequence. So things that you should watch out for and you might want to contact us about or vet with your compliance people is if you're getting pushback through your pharmacy from manufacturers placing additional restrictions on drug coupons or copay assistance. Some of it's being pushed down from the manufacturers in that regard. Or if you're considering entering into a contract with a consulting firm regarding any aspect of the 340B program, but particularly if they're pitching one of these new models that you haven't seen before, you might want to put a pause on it and consult your legal counselor. Give us a call.